You're not ready for what's coming your way in this episode.
We're kicking things off with this.
In Shipley in West Yorkshire, there's a church where they host monthly wrestling during the services.
What?
Yep.
If the priest is walking down the aisle and this comes on.
Well, it's a big show.
If you think that's crazy, you've heard nothing yet.
I'm not saying this is my case, but I'm wondering if it's normal to carve other sculptures of the person that you're obsessed with and unrelated, but do you know if there's a good place in the Sussex region to display butter sculptures?
New episode every Friday. Hit subscribe and get ready for the madness.
Oh, Jesus, he's falling around the gap.
Do you think I come up the line on a bubble?
I know where I'm putting Debbie's sauce.
Hang on, can I submit my confession?
Welcome back to Meet in the Middle, the podcast where Irish and British banter collide, bringing you chaotic laughs, bizarre confessionals, and a whole lot of questionable life advice. I'm joined, as ever, by the wonderful Jake from Nottingham, proper sound lad, born with a cuppa in one hand and sarcasm in t'other. And then there is James from Dublin. He's got the gift of the gab and the patience of a dart commuter. He's a deadly fella once you understand the accent. And then there would have been Rachel from Belfast if she could have been asked to show up. She's currently in deep negotiations with a hangover right now, probably swearing at the ceiling and promising never to drink again for the third time this week. She's a class act when vertical. And then, of course, there's me, Danny from Hastings, a tourist who talks like he's royalty, lives like he's on holiday, and basically reckons anything north of the M25 is the Arctic.
Sounds about right.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you know what it means. There's no Rachel, so that means...
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys.
That's right. It's a Bad Boys episode.
Bad boy episode.
Poor Rachel, she isn't hungover. She's actually sick. So, Rachel, we hope you feel better and you're back with us next week.
Yeah. Oh, it's like she's here in the room.
I don't want to know what that toilet's like, Rachel. Just hope it's
Bargain.
all okay, darling. Just hope it's all okay. How'd
She
you
might
week
have
been,
had some of that Dubai chocolate we were talking about last week, and that's why she's sick.
Yeah.
We
Yeah, she's
were
had too
supposed to
much.
do that.
Yeah.
We were.
I think she's had too much of it. Although I have seen, obviously we're going out on Good Friday, that a supermarket in the UK has brought out a Dubai-style Easter egg.
Oh,
It was only a matter of time.
Yeah. They've really got it out quick to say it's like such a new trend.
I mean, it's only a type of chocolate. It's,
I know.
no,
it's only
not.
like chocolate
It's
with
novelty.
But it's chocolate with hazelnut and pistachio, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like it's a new thing.
No.
Is the Easter egg, is it like hollow in the middle, or is it full with the pistachio and hazelnut filling?
Can you imagine?
Well, I don't think it's going to be... It's like it's got a green outer. It looks like a dragon's egg. And then just on the inside, on the inner rim bit, it's laced with pistachio cream. So it's not fully filled, but you've got like a cream on the outside.
What are you doing with your handshake? It's like you're
I'm
stimming.
I'm trying to describe this egg.
How big is it? It's going bigger than your head.
Well, it's 12 quid. So I'd expect it to be quite big for 12 quid.
12 quid.
Yeah. So
That's a
if anyone wants to send me any in the post, more than welcome to. I'll happily do a taste test.
How big's your letterbox?
That's a bit of a personal question, Danny.
I got stung last week in the shop. Do you know the Kinder Surprise eggs? I'm always going to be a big kid, so I always have a little sweet spot for those big Kinder Surprise eggs. And in my shop, it said, I just seen $4.50. I was like, Jesus, that's good. Went up, paid for it. It was like 18. And it turned out it was saying it was $4.50 than one of the other supermarket pricing. So it was just, all I seen was
$4.50 cheaper.
Yeah, that's all it was. But it was actually 18.
What did you get inside for €18? Was it worth 18
I can actually show you right now what I got. I got an Iron Man.
For anyone that's listening,
Yeah, that was it. I had to make them myself too. So you may
Oh,
see
you
them zooming
made
across.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
For anyone that's listening at home, James's facial expression is like a kid at Christmas.
worth
He
it.
is so pleased with it. He's like a little nerd on Christmas
What a load
Day.
of shit.
Yeah, for 18 euros.
You
That's
paid
like
18
£3
euro for that.
Yeah,
You
for a
could
bit
have
of
3
plastic.
pints. 3 pints for
Could
that.
have. But then I wouldn't be here like Rachel.
Burn. Well, look, should we get on with it?
Yeah, let's
right,
go
come
for
on.
it. Okay, on Have You Heard This Week, I'm going a bit religious with a dose of Smackdown.
Ooh.
Jake, I thought you were going to say something completely different.
What were you trying to say that I was going to say, Danny?
It didn't
Okay.
have the word down at the end of it.
Oh, okay. So
Smackdown.
yeah, Smackdown, as in wrestling. What
Religious wrestling.
Well, I wouldn't say religious wrestling. You're not got like two monks fighting it out in a ring. It's not quite like that. So what it is, in Yorkshire, in Shipley in West Yorkshire, there's a church where they host monthly wrestling during the services.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Gareth Thompson, he was a former wrestler known as Gareth Angel, and he founded Wrestling Church to merge his passion for wrestling with his Christian faith. And he was hoping to aim the reach out to those that weren't going to church but loved wrestling at the same time.
So what's he doing? Like
Yeah.
giving the altar boys suplexes on the altar?
Not quite. I have got a picture. So it actually
So
takes
is there a
place.
ring?
Yeah, there's a full setup and everything. It's unbelievable. And do you know what?
This is
I
weird.
would, yeah. So I have got a picture. So obviously, anyone that's listening at home will describe the best that we can. But just imagine a wrestling ring in a church. You don't need any more imagination than that. Here you go.
Oh, my Lord.
Is that the
way.
altar cup? Yeah. So it is like a.
I don't think that's very Christian clothing that he's wearing.
Wow.
He looks
I
a bit
don't know
like what's his name? The Welsh actor
he the vicar?
Taron Egerton.
Yeah, that's the movie that's coming up. I bet they're going to do a whole feature film on it.
He looks
so
like
it
him.
is. It does actually. But yeah, it is. It's just a pure wrestling ring in the middle of a traditional church. Like you've got a stained glass window and everything.
I mean, it's actually if I think about it, it's a really clever idea because I suppose that will get, you think of church and you think, oh, boring. You go you're going to go and read like a passage from the Bible, sing like 4 or 5 hymns, and it's just very traditional. It's not like exciting. Do you know what I mean? It's hard to make a church service exciting.
Yeah, you won't catch me at church, but if the priest is walking down the aisle and this comes on,
Well, it's a big show.
Yeah, you're going to go, right?
Yeah, definitely. So obviously, he's trying to merge everything within the church. So each event features high energy wrestling matches, and then intertwine it with obviously the spiritual messages, prayers, and even baptisms. Yeah, baptism. So there's babies getting christened while there's a wrestling match. Well, I don't think while it's going on. But
I
imagine
hope
it's
to
in the
God
ring.
that the kid gets chokeslammed into the holy water while they're getting baptized. What about the funerals? What'll they have then? Just the Undertaker music playing while the coffin's getting brought out. Sorry for your loss. She was a lovely lady. she was a credit to you and the family.
That's a picture I can't get out of my head now. But like we were joking about the whole baptism thing, but since the birth of it, whatever, the founding of founding father of this wrestling church, they've hosted over 30 baptisms. Yeah,
Okay.
that is crazy. But like you imagine, just instead of having the tables at the side, there's like the wrestler gets thrown into the pews and ladder, you name it, you've got it.
I can just imagine those the girls that come in at half time or whatever and hold up the signs. But they're not the signs, it's like the gold things with
ring.
the incense in.
yeah.
And they're just like
Yeah.
waving it around.
They start having TLC matches, tables, lanterns, and chalices.
Yeah, it's just a picture that I never thought I'd seen. And when I saw it, I was like, I've got to share this with the listeners. It's just so bizarre. And apparently it's really popular, and so popular, it's going to start expanding across the UK. So you never know, James. It might come across to Ireland.
I'd go. And if any of our
You go,
listeners
would
will go, let us know. Or if you've already gone, let us know what your experience is like there. I'd love to hear about it.
Would
Yeah.
you guys go?
100%. Yeah.
I would.
You would.
What time is
That
it
would
on,
get
though?
you back in the church.
I'd imagine it's, well, from the picture, it looked like nighttime, but you imagine
Yeah,
10 o'clock service in the
It's not
morning.
gonna- 10 o'clock Sunday morning. I think they kind of, I'd say they keep that for the older generation of the parish.
Like for WWE, they have the special events, so there'd be like a Sunday morning special. Midnight Mass is like the ultra high octane event of the season.
Raw
go.
communion.
Rock communion.
Imagine Christmas. Imagine what the nativity would be like.
I don't know.
Angel Gabriel coming down.
John Cena as baby Jesus. You can't see me.
It'd be like so many things that could be done with it. But obviously, like James said, if any of our listeners have been to it or you'd go to it, just let us know. But just get in contact with us if you have any bizarre stories that like the wrestling in the church. You can DM us at podcast.meetinthemiddle, or you can email us meet@inthemiddlepodcast.co.uk.
So, as our resident agony Aunt Rachel is currently in agony herself, myself and the lads are going to give you your weekly dose of dirty dilemmas and saucy solutions. So, let's get down to the nitty gritty. Are you ready?
Yes.
Dear agony Aunt Rachel, I recently moved because I fell in love with somebody who was unavailable. I cannot confirm nor deny if this was my former boss's niece's second cousin thrice removed.
What?
I had no choice but to leave and start fresh. However, I find myself thinking about her even more, and I'm worried I will never get over this. Also, I'm not saying this is my case, but I'm wondering if it's normal to carve butter sculptures of the person that you're obsessed with. And unrelated, but do you know if there's a good place in the Sussex region to display butter sculptures?
Don't know this person, by the way.
That's weird. Butter sculptures?
Butter sculpture, yeah. It's not very practical, is it?
No. But at first I was like, okay, I'm assuming it's a he.
Mm-hmm.
And the pining, sometimes you have to scratch that itch. Should have really stuck around.
Yeah.
But I think she's had a lucky escape because he's clearly going to carve images of you in your sleep in butter.
Yeah.
So I'd probably just do a runner.
Joe, I'd say you need to churn over a new leaf.
I think it's utterly, butterly crazy.
You guys are just milking these jokes.
Oh, tree for tree.
Yes. That is, that's an interesting one.
Yeah, well, it must have been serious if he had to pack up and leave and move to the Sussex region to display his butter sculptures.
I don't do butter sculptures, by the way. Sculptures. It's not me. But I'm
That's a
interested to
lovely
know who you are in Sussex.
That's a lovely buttercream jumper you're wearing now, Danny.
It is, isn't it? Isn't it gorgeous? It's margarine.
All your butter sculptures are in the fridge, aren't they? You just didn't want them on the show.
No.
So I think we have two more. We each have one, don't we?
Oh,
Who's
yeah.
up next?
Yeah.
Shall I go? Okay, here we go. Dear Agony Aunt Rachel, I need your help with whomever put 50p in this dickhead. I've started at a new hotel 2 months ago, and being a supervisor, I thought it prudent to give front desk agents my phone number in case they needed me for something. However, there is one agent who keeps texting me about non-work issues. He texts me, "Good morning." He hopes I have a good night. He wants to know if I want to buy a king-size bed from him, if I know any good Chinese restaurants around my town, and if I'm having a good day off. It's all kind of weird and awkward. Am I an asshole if I text asking him to only text me during work hours and only on work-related issues? Thanks, love. Ooh.
Sorry,
think
what
he's
was
got a
this?
heart.
Just a work? Is this just a colleague or is this somebody, like one of her superiors?
So she's just started at a new hotel 2 months ago. She's a supervisor, gave her number out to all of the front desk agents, and one of them, this guy, is obviously just texting her all the time, even when she's not working and on non-work related issues. Like,
So she's his supervisor.
That's right.
Well, then, tell him to get back in his box. Like, it'd be a bit more awkward if it was the other way around and it's your supervisor that's texting you outside of work, because then you kind of can't, you have to hold your tongue a little bit, because depending on how they take it is going to affect your day-to-day in work because they're over you.
What if he's really fit, though? No, in all seriousness, though, that is kind of harassment. So,
yeah, if it's not welcome, definitely. But she's only just started the job. Fair enough.
2 months.
2 months, okay.
So it's like, what, 8 weeks?
Yeah.
It'd be even worse if they don't talk in work.
I think she needs to do an email saying, I know I recently shared my telephone number with you all. Happy for you to contact me with work-related matters.
Yeah.
Please do not text me with non-work-related questions or banter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not pinning it on him or saying anyone in particular. It's a stand-to-wall generalized type of thing.
Yeah,
but then
then
isn't
it
that
doesn't
closing the
pinpoint
door?
it.
What if she does start getting close to, like, say, one of the girls, and then because of that email, this girl's like, oh
one
no,
rule.
she said only text about work-related stuff, so kind of closes other avenues for her.
True. Or
And
go
then-
to HR, because
Yeah,
that
see what
is
they
kind
say.
of harassment. And maybe they can help you with a more appropriate response to help. But if he's really fit, I would say, yeah, let's have a talk about that king-size bed and where we're going to put it.
I was going to say, just sign off that email to like, P.S. I don't want your king size bed either. That is, okay.
Yeah. There we go.
That's a. Hopefully, mine's not as creepy. Mine's quite awkward. Bit love themed. So it goes. Dear Agony Aunt Rachel, I found myself in a bit of a situation, and I honestly don't know what to do. Recently, whilst swiping through Tinder, out of boredom more than anything, I came across a profile that stopped me in my tracks. It was my friend's girlfriend.
Oh.
Dangerous.
Curiosity got the better of me, and before I could really think it through, I swiped right. I wasn't expecting anything to happen. Maybe I was just hoping it was a fake profile or some weird coincidence. But to my shock, we matched. Now I'm stuck. Yeah. Now I'm stuck. Part of me feels like I've crossed the line just by swiping. Another part wonders what this says about her and whether I should tell my friend. I haven't messaged her and she hasn't messaged me either, but the match is still sitting there like a ticking time bomb. Do I tell my friend what happened? Do I confront her? Or do I just delete the app and pretend it never happened? Help me out here. I genuinely don't know what the right move is.
Surely there's a bro
she's just-
code.
Yeah, but how can you explain swiping right on that? Like,
Yeah.
Is he really going to believe that, oh, I did it by mistake?
Well, I think if you were showing it and saying, look, I did this because I swiped and I wanted to see if we'd match, but obviously I'm bringing it to your attention. You can see I've not messaged, but bro.
Yeah, that's dicey. It's like edging your bets,
But also,
still.
people do use other people's profile pictures. Like the amount of times I've had a Facebook request from like someone's mum, like 4 or 5 times.
That's just
But
crazy.
on Tinder, though, you can photo verify yourself. So if you see the little blue tick, you know that it's them, because they have to send a photo.
But then you can't send a message if you're not photo verified, can you? So there's like...
That's only if you have that in your sentence. You don't have to have that turned on.
I've turned mine off. I don't know what that says about me.
But also the same, like if they've matched and she did go and see that they've matched, surely she can just like change to a picture that doesn't have any pictures of her in it, and it's just like a sunset or something.
Yeah, it's a bit late for that then, though.
And I would have screenshotted it.
Oh, you like to keep those receipts, Danny.
I love a receipt.
But saying that, I think on Tinder, am I right in saying, I'm sure I saw something pop up saying that screenshotting...
Don't lie, Jake. You've tried it and it didn't work.
What, Tinder? The whole Tinder concept. Thanks, Danny. Thanks. Unleashed my emotional trauma. But I think it actually says that it will send a message say that this has been screenshotted, like the messaging, like the whole messaging.
No, I don't think so.
I wouldn't be surprised. I know
I
it
know
does it
on
with Snapchat.
Grindr, if you try and do a screenshot, it says it just comes up with a black screen, so it doesn't allow.
Yeah,
screenshots.
same if you do it on Netflix, or if you try to screen record onto your TV, it'll just go black.
Yeah, because I tried to screenshot someone on Grindr. It was like a beautiful sunset, and it just went
You're like,
you
geez, I must
saved
visit there.
What a predicament. Obviously not
Yes.
a screenshot in the sunset. I've always wondered why there's so many sunsets on there. So it's someone hiding the real identity.
Well, I wonder what our listeners would give advice on those stories. Why don't you let us know? Either add it into the comments if you're watching a reel, or DM us, email us. We want to hear it. Well, Rachel does when she's back. Yep, it's time for...
What the
That's
fuck?
right, where we uncover the truth behind life's most puzzling questions. But the answer is more elusive than you think because, of course, I like to throw in some bullshit answers to throw you off the track. So your job is simple. Give me the correct answer. Are you ready to play?
What the fuck?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Then let's go. So I want to know, where will you find Buckinger's boot? Buckinger's boot. Is it A, on a woman? It's a nickname for the minge. B, on the Titanic. Lord Buckinger was a passenger on board. Is it C, in Port Marnock, the golf club is referred to as Buckinger's boot? Or is it D, in the bell at the top of the Albert Memorial Tower, the bit in the middle that hits the bell, and that's in Belfast? Buckinger's boot.
Oh,
It's definitely not Portmarnock.
I don't know. I was tempted with that one.
I'm very close to Portmarnock.
I think the golf club, it's kind of a bit of an island thing,
shape.
isn't it? It's got like water around it.
Portmarnock, yeah. Yeah. You can actually see it from my bedroom.
Oh.
Well, not the golf club, but Portmarnock.
Buckingers.
Give me a location right now.
Does it look like a boot?
Yeah, if you have a bandy foot.
See, I was thinking, you know what, I'm pleased that you said it's in Ireland because I was thinking Portmarnock was in Wales. So I was an idiot then.
So A, on a woman, it's a nickname for the minge. B, on the Titanic, Lord Buckinger was a passenger aboard. Portmarnock, the golf club, is referred to as Buckinger's boot. Or is it in the bell atop the tower of Albert Memorial Tower? It's the bit in the middle.
You know, I keep on overlooking the minge bit but it's going to be one of these weeks. There's going to be the answer. I don't know whether it's this week though. I think I'm going to go with the bell in Belfast.
No,
So you think it's the bit in the middle that hits the bell? Okay.
Yeah.
So James is going to go with D. Jake,
I'm going to go.
Buckinger's boot.
Do you know what? I'm going to go with Portmarnock because if it's Portmarnock, it's going to be double the victory because I'll have beaten James and beaten him in his own backyard.
Okay.
Well, I got beaten last week on the left-handed one, and I am left-handed.
2 for 2.
So that was a kick in the teeth.
So you're going to go with C. In Portmarnock, the golf club is referred to as Buckinger's boot.
Yes.
Okay. So you didn't go for B, which is on the Titanic. Lord Buckinger was a passenger aboard. You would be right because he was not, and I completely made that up. That's a bullshit answer, and I did it because I can. Jake, you said C, in Portmarnock. You are incorrect. It is not. I made that up. I knew that James lived close, and I made it up.
It's going to be the minge, isn't it?
Is it A, on a woman? It's a nickname for the minge. That was the correct answer.
No. What?
It is. It's a nickname for the minge, which means, James, you were wrong. I knew that Rachel would have potentially have gone for that one. It was that to throw her off.
I was half right. I did mention that it was going to be right one of these weeks.
This is the week I chose. Yes, Buckinger's boot was a nickname for female genitalia, the minge. It's actually slang that was used from the 1780s. It's a long time ago.
Yeah.
And it actually originates from Matthew Buckinger, or Matthias, who was born in Germany without any hands or legs. So he was an artist and a performer who traveled all over Northern Europe to entertain kings and aristocrats, as well as hoi polloi, with amazing feats of physical dexterity. He was also known as the greatest German living and the little man from Nuremberg because he was only like 2.5 feet tall.
That's like 2.5 subways.
Yeah, I mean, he was tiny. I mean, go and have a look. Look it up. Yeah, Matthew Buckinger. Well, also, get this, in the early 1700s, he travelled to England trying to get a court appointment with King George I. And unfortunately, he was unsuccessful. So he then moved to Ireland, where he gave public demonstrations in Dublin in 1720 and in Belfast in 1722. So you're probably thinking, well, what has this got to do with it being a nickname for the Minge? Well, he is also rumoured to have had children by as many as 70 mistresses.
70?
70
Jesus.
mistresses. And because his fame was so widespread in the 1780s, the term Buckinger's boot existed in England as a euphemism for the Minge. Because
His fame wasn't the only thing that was far spread.
because the only limb he had was his penis. So for him,
What you mean?
a boot could fit only on his third leg.
So what? He was a quadriplegic.
I don't know. So yes, that's how it came. It's really weird, but that's how it came about. And he actually died in Cork, in Ireland.
Oh.
Yeah, but go and have a look at it. Look it up and see. He was very, very short, and obviously
What's Matthew short for?
Matthias.
No, it's because he's no legs.
James. Goodness sake. So that there was my lovely section, What the Fact. I hope you enjoyed it. Go and check it out online. Matthew Buckinger. Buckinger's boot. It's the Minge.
It's time for another round of Top 10 Takedown.
It's been a while.
Oh, that's right. It's time for Top 10 Takedown. Same chaos, different week. But if you're new here, I'll give you the simple, broken down way we play this. I give you a top 10 list, and you buzz in with your answer. First come, first serve. The higher your answer ranks on the top 10 list, the more points you get. 10 points for position number 1, all the way down to 1 point for position number 10.
Love it.
So before we get started, can I hear your buzzers? Let's start with Jake.
Okay, and I think in honour of your What the Fact, Danny.
I don't need your intro, Jake. I just need your
All
buzzer.
right, calm down.
Tickling the Minge. It's all about the Minge, and this week it was. I love it.
It was. Speaking of minges, Danny, what's your buzzer?
Well,
I'm not joking, bitch.
Nice. Right, we've got the buzzers in. Let's get ready to play Top 10 Takedown. Okay, question number 1. Name one of the top 10 most streamed artists on Spotify.
I'm not
tickling
joking,
the
bitch.
Minge.
I think that was Danny first.
It was. I'm going to go with Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift is number 3 on the list, getting you 8 points.
So there's still 2 to grab. Oh,
So, Jake, it's all up to you now. Can you beat 8 points?
I know who it might be.
I'm going to go for the Beatles.
The Beatles. Oh, is the Beatles on the top 10?
Oh, wow.
They're not
I was
there,
gonna say
Jake,
Beyonce.
unfortunately. Well, if you did say Beyonce, you also wouldn't have gotten any
Oh.
points.
Wow.
Believe
Queen
it or not,
Bee.
yeah. So number 1, yeah, she's not on the
Wow.
list. Number 1 was Drake.
Drake.
2, Bad Bunny. Taylor Swift we had. Number 4 was The Weeknd. And number 5, Ed Sheeran.
Oh,
And 10th on the list, just in case you were wondering for context, is BTS.
okay.
So is this like American charts or something?
It's all time
Oh, of
worldwide.
all time worldwide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Streamed only. So Taylor Swift was 70 plus billion streams.
That's a lot.
That's like nearly the same amount of listens that we'd get on the podcast.
Very
Yeah.
close, Danny. I'm surprised this hasn't popped up on the top 10. Okay, moving on to questioning number 2. Name one of the top 10 most Googled how-to questions of all time.
Tickling
I'm not
the Minge.
joking, bitch.
That was Jake.
I'm going to go for how to paint.
How to paint.
Yeah.
Oh shit! No, sorry, you got it wrong. I pressed the wrong button. How to
Get
Build
you
is
happy,
not
take it
on the
away.
list.
Oh, you got my hopes up then. Thanks.
You have to get on the board, Jake. You've still got 0 points.
I know.
So, Danny, can you get any more points on the board?
Yeah, I think I can. And I'm going to go with how to change a car tire.
How to change a car tire. Is it on the
there.
list? It's not on the list.
Wow.
So the top answer was how to tie a tie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And second answer, Jake, I think I've searched this. How to kiss.
How to kiss.
How to
Thanks.
kiss is number 2 on the list. And then how to get pregnant, lose weight, draw, make money, make pancakes, write a cover letter, save money, and cook rice.
Hang on,
ChatGPT.
Yeah. Can I have a half a point because I said how
Draw?
to paint? Yeah.
No. No, I'm afraid not.
See, I was semi right.
Keep that semi to yourself. Okay, question number 3. Name one of the top 10 best-selling albums of all time.
I'm not joking, bitch.
Danny, straight in.
I'm going to go with Michael Jackson, Dangerous.
Oh, Danny. Right artist, wrong album.
Oh.
You just gave him a clue.
Oh, do I go for that or do I go for my guess that I was going to do? I'm going to, do you know what?
You tell me.
I'm going to go for Taylor Swift, 1984.
Oh, that's 2 Taylor Swift answers given. But
No.
you're not getting points this time.
I
I'm
should have gone
afraid.
for Thriller.
Bad. Oh.
No, it was actually Thriller. That was number 1 answer on the board.
Oh.
70+ million copies sold worldwide. Followed by Back in Black, AC/DC, Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, Whitney Houston, The Bodyguard soundtrack, and the Eagles, The Greatest Hits.
I love the Eagles. You
should've-
can go your own way.
I should have gone for the clue.
You should have
But you
done,
still
but
would
you
have got it
didn't.
wrong. Did you not say
No,
bad?
I said Thriller.
Oh no,
I
Danny
said
said
bad.
bad. Okay, right. Well, there's 2 more questions and 2 more opportunities to get on the board, Jake.
Okay.
Question number 4. Name one of the top most abundant elements found in the human body by percentage.
Tickling the minge.
I'm not joking, bitch.
Jake.
Carbon.
Carbon, is it on the board? It is. It's answer number 2, getting you 9 points and on the board.
Yes.
That was number 2. Still 9 other options on the board, Danny. And the
I'm
top
going to
answer
go
still up
with
for grabs.
water.
Water. It's not an element, really.
Water's an
made up
element.
of
No,
elements.
it's a
It's
compound.
made up of 2 elements.
Oh, look at you, scientist.
Well, if you broke down water, you would have got either question or answer number 1 or 3. So the top answer was oxygen, and the third answer was hydrogen.
I think I failed
So-
science. That's probably why.
Yeah, and then number 4 was nitrogen, 5 calcium, and so on. Right, so at the minute, Jake is on 9 and Danny is on 8, and it's all to play for in Top 10 Takedown. Yes, that's right. So last question. Are you ready?
Yes.
Question number 5. Name one of the top 10 longest running scripted TV shows.
I'm not
with
joking,
number of
Link.
episodes. Danny.
EastEnders.
EastEnders is on the board. It's not.
What? Was it American?
The answers look American.
Oh, do they? Oh.
I wasn't going to say that, Danny, but you asked the question.
I'm going to go for Lost.
Okay, Lost is on the board for the win.
Oh.
So can I have another
It's not
go?
on the board. I'm going to open it back up now that you both know it's American. So, Danny, you can go first.
Can I go with Days of Our Lives?
Days of Our Lives is it on the board? No, it's not, Danny.
You're kidding me.
I'm so sorry. It's not on the board.
Do I get another go?
So, Jake, your final attempt. Yeah, this is your final attempt.
I'm going to go with The Simpsons.
The Simpsons. Is it on the board? Yes, it was answer number 1.
I can't.
Meaning, Jake, you have won this quiz.
I'm not. I'm sorry. I don't agree. I really do think Days
Why
of
is
Our
that,
Lives is quite a long-running show.
You can't take my crown off me, Danny.
But no, but the whole point is that it's got to be fair. You can't just take a win.
Let me have a look. Days of Our Lives.
Days of Our Lives, I'm sure, has been running for a long time. So how can it's been going since like, I don't know, 1960s, 1950s.
So when I Google it, Days of Our Lives has 15,000 episodes.
Thank you.
And The Simpsons apparently only has 750.
So I'm right. So mine would have, I should win. I should take the bloody win.
784 episodes.
You need to sort your sources out.
Well, this is what I know, I really do, because Simpsons only
That
has
is not
784. Yet that came in number 1.
There's got to be some sort of competition
that's the answers
ombudsman
I
or
had in the
something
board.
that I'm going to go to because
Well,
that's crazy.
we'll pass you on to HR at inthemiddlepodcast.co.uk.
I did know. So what? So I'm not going to win. You're going to give Jake the win for that.
Do you know what? I'm going to give it to you, Danny.
What?
Yeah.
Jake, I'm taking your crown off you.
I'm not playing. No, sod this. I'm off. I'm going.
Danny
Jake,
is the winner.
go and look it up.
Let me have a look.
Have a look it up because I'm telling you,
In your own time,
I knew it.
But
Do you know
anyway,
how?
thank you so much
Do you know?
for playing Top 10 Takedown.
Rubbish.
Yeah, not playing that again.
Not playing what again? Top 10 Takedown.
Never mind top 10, but there will be a takedown.
In the church.
Suplex off the altar.
Yes, I win. Thank you.
Tell the truth and shame the devil. It's time for Confessionals. If you have any stories that you'd like to submit, please email us, meet@inthemiddlepodcast.co.uk, or DM us directly on Instagram at podcast.meetinthemiddle. Are we ready for our first one?
Always ready.
This just happened about 15 minutes ago, and I am mortified. So I'm 19 weeks pregnant, and it's so hard to hold my bladder. My partner was on the only toilet, and I was about to pee myself. So I swung my ass over the edge of the tub and began peeing. I told my partner, I'm going to shit in the tub, as a joke, as we often make. And as I'm making eye contact, I laugh at the most rancid Hershey squared fell out of my ass and hit the floor of the tub.
Oh,
We stared at each other for what felt like an hour of pure terror in our eyes before my partner put me onto the toilet and we died of laughter. I don't know how I'm ever going to live this down. And to paint you a small picture of how bad it is, I have IBS.
no! It wasn't that I did it.
You don't know how you're going to live it down. I don't know how it's going to go down the drain.
But if it's liquid,
well,
it'll just go down straight away. You don't need to
Yeah,
put it
she's
down.
IBS. Yeah, it's going to be just washed off.
Yeah, spray it
It's
down
going to
with
leave a
a.
stain. That's going to leave a stain.
Get some Mr. Muscle on it. You'll be fine.
You sound
Jake's
like a man
talking
that's
from
done this
experience.
before. Yeah.
No. Moving on. What's the next one?
Could you ever do that though? Would you ever like even take a piss in front of your partner? Let alone a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would.
Well, no, I've done it. I've had a piss.
No, but I don't mean just like leaving the door open with someone in the room as well. With
No.
you.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like brushing our teeth at the mirror in the bathroom at the sink. Like, yeah.
Oh no.
It's no different to doing it
You wouldn't?
in front of strangers.
Well, I guess, but no.
No. not for
We're going
you.
back to toilet etiquette, aren't we now?
Well, let's move on to the next one and we'll see what this one has in store. When I was around 12 or 13, I had heard the phrase fingering and didn't know what it meant. I assumed it meant giving yourself the middle finger as an act of self-hatred. One day, I was talking to somebody about struggling with my self-confidence, and I said, Sometimes I finger myself when I'm really upset. And they looked at me like I had 3 heads.
Oh.
Imagine, and then 13-year-old saying that as well.
Oh no!
What would you say?
What's already been said?
Yeah, the horse is bolted.
Sometimes I finger myself when I'm really upset.
Oh my god! Who was she saying it to? Not an adult.
She didn't say. She
I hope
didn't
he wasn't
say.
a teacher.
She just said she was
That's what I'm
talking to
thinking,
somebody.
like,
It could have been a career guidance counsellor or something. Don't know how you're going to guide that.
School nurse.
well, especially if she was like doing that as well. Like, I do that. I'd be like,
Okay.
try this little one, darling.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh.
Right, I've got one more for you. Are you ready? So this one says, as you can tell by my name, which will remain anonymous, I'm not British. However, I believe my English is quite impeccable. Well, if you're using a word like impeccable, I think it is.
Yeah.
But I still get things wrong, and I don't know all the slangs, sayings, etc. Anyway, I was waitressing at this restaurant years ago. I went to clear one of my tables as they had finished, but one of them still had half a pork steak left, and they kindly asked me to put it in a doggy bag. And I thought to myself, oh, how nice of them. They want to take it home for their dog. So I go in the back, where you get the dirty plates and all that. I put the plate down and I turn away for about 20 seconds to get the doggy bag. During this time, a colleague of mine goes past me with more dirty plates and leftovers. I come back and don't see my steak anywhere. My colleague had thought somebody had left the plate there and was clearing it. So in the bin it went with the other food leftovers. I stare at the disgusting steak in the bin for a while, thinking what to do. And then think, well, the dog won't care if it's been eaten. I fish out the steak out of the bin and put it in the box for the dog. It wasn't until much later on I found out what doggy bag really meant.
Oh,
girl.
but still,
There's probably hairs and all over it.
Oh, but at the same time, you wouldn't give your dog food that's been in the bin either.
Well, if it fell on the floor or something, yeah. Or if it's just like other food thrown on top of it,
But not in
and it's for a dog, yeah.
but not in the bin though. Come on.
Well,
Yeah,
if
but
it's
it's a
only
food bin,
if it's a food bin, it's food,
Yeah.
and it's only just been put in there. But if it's got other shit in it and all of that, like dust and
Yeah.
Yeah, then you wouldn't.
No.
but it wasn't going to the dog.
No. It was going for their sandwich bit later on.
Oh no,
Bit of extra
Probably just
flavouring.
ran under the tap.
no.
Bit of seasoning.
Oh, I would have just been like, I wouldn't have gone into the bin and fished it out because you wouldn't have known. You never know.
No.
Because sometimes you would take your leftovers for your pet. I
Yeah.
used to do that in America, like take some bits of meat. And I was like, I never had any intention of eating it. I'll give it to the dogs.
Yeah. My family do that as well. Like when they're at dinner, like they get tissue, wrap it up and put it in
Yeah.
a bag, like the off cuts of meat or the rib bones
Yeah.
or something.
I mean, you
Just wrap
probably
up
paid
tissue,
for
put
it.
in your bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know what it is. There's this like guilt where I can't ask for food I just paid for it to bring home. It's like if I don't finish it there, I have to leave it.
Why?
I don't know.
That is odd.
Depends if you're going out after. You don't want to be taking half a steak round with you on a night out. Well, you might do.
People do in
You might-
America. Package everything up to go if you can't
yeah.
eat it. Like everything.
That's a weird concept.
At the Mexican restaurant, I would take all the chips. I'd take the salsa. I'd take it all.
I know, like you said to me, like I'd not finished my salsa and chips. And you're like, "You're going to take that with you?" I'm like, "No, why?"
But that's true, actually. In America, we just ended up giving all the food that we didn't take to my American friends. Like, yeah, you take it, you take that, you take that.
Yeah. Because I think once one of us brought home a doggy bag and it was just left in the hotel room until we left the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody touched it. Anyway, that is the end of Confessionals and the end of another episode. Thanks everyone for listening. And we'll see you all again next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
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 Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, there's plenty more where that came from.
So hit subscribe and don't miss the next Unhinged Confessional.
And hit that bell icon and turn on notifications Trust me, next week's episode is wild.
You still here? Click that video already. You know you want to.